Guess what I got? Guess what I got? Boy, do I got this. Yeah, yes, yes, yes. A map. I didn't like the map that I had. It wasn't accurate enough for me. So I took the copy of, I downloaded a copy of the color one, cropped it down to what I wanted of the park, and then I went through and did a grayscale of it. And I got just exactly what I want. We're going to follow the Lost Road today. Remember we did that the other day. I was going to do backwards on the 7 sinkhole. Boy, the birds are loud today. We've had 5 inches of rain in 7 days. So I'm expecting things to be quite damp. Also, you know it's going to be a good day to go for a walk in the woods. When you're a mile and a half from the entrance to the park and you look over and there's a deer in the yard about 10 foot off the road right beside of you. I'm only running about 40, but it was right there with me. Kind of nice. And then I pull into the park and I just get past the welcome center, right close to the ranger house. Now the deer. So you know, if you see 2 deer, one in the park and one out of the park, you know it's going to be a good day. That doesn't. To me, it makes it a good day because I've seen deer. And I always like seeing deer. Things are going to look different today because we've had the rain. So everything's going to look a little darker because it's damp. Remember this? I forgot to back out of my zoom. Have a tree just disintegrate right there, the joint. If you look at it, that puppy was a snag. And then I got a cross underneath of it, and I can't see how it's structurally staying up there very well, except maybe that branch right there. And then I got another one to duck, so I got to do a double duck. And you all know who follow me, I don't like those. And speaking of those that follow TNG, thank you very much. I appreciate it. Gina appreciates it. And I've stated before, and please understand I'm not being derogatory, but I don't do this video. I don't video these for you first. Gina cannot get out here. I'm 71. I can just barely get out here. She cannot get out here at all. She uses a power chair. Out of house, walker in house. And these are made primarily for her to watch. To come out and view. We had the wonderful good friends that gave us a 65-inch LG TV. Boy, it's just like you're being out here in the woods. We thank our friends for doing that. We thank you for subscribing and joining us with these little walks in the woods. Our visits to Dollywood The we try to do a monthly ADA visit someplace in a power chair, so you can see how accessible some of these areas are. Those are done for us and for you. If she's in a power chair on a trail someplace, that's for you. To show people that it is possible to be out into this stuff. Just choose wisely. And if you're watching for the first time and you like what you see, give us a like. If you like us enough, subscribe. Share with your friends, relatives. Because we're here to enjoy. Well, there's one set. I did not check that and I updated it. It's Gcam 8.5. I'm going to go back to Gcam 8.4. Remove it from the phone and reinstall the 8.4. If you can't take pictures, it's a waste of time. Might as well stick with the original camera. Yeah, see the sign way up there. We're going up there. Deer tracks. Stamped, wet, muddy enough. They show up today. I'm trying to make a trail today, just so you know, be a little different. The viewfinder looks a little notchy as I turn too. I'm not happy. It wasn't doing that at home. Okay. With the whole hem, I couldn't take pictures in it either. So I must go back to, I know that the Gcam takes better pictures. So let's go back there. Ooh, look at that. Nice pile of rocks. Do I go left or go right? Go right. Wow, look at that. Oh, there's some stuff I can see. I seen this, I took pictures. Was taking pictures of the fungi. While we're here, let's just do a 360. I'm not taking a break. I'm just looking around, see how beautiful it is today. I wonder if we're going to see deer, any more deer today, while I have the camera running. It's a surprise to look over and there's deer running along beside me. I wasn't out running them and they weren't keeping pace with me. It's just that they was alongside the road. From the driver's side. So there was a lane over. Pretty nice. Didn't have any antlers, and the one up by the Welcome Center didn't have any antlers. Appeared to be a bigger one. Well, here we go. Let's do a little turnabout. something I see this stuff pretty often here. Let's go back over here first. That's what we came up, right there. That is quite beautiful. And that nurse log, look at the end of that nurse log right there. That's beautiful. Anyway, you can tell by looking, somebody is wanting to go over there and see what you can see from the overlook. They've made an overlook by creating a manway. I am going to say that this may be a bust a bit if I don't find the connector over to ore mine, because I do not want to go all the way around Lost Road, because I did that about 3 years ago and that was nasty. I see a hiker in front of me, so I'm not out here by myself. Oh, here we go. Lost Road Trail to parking lot. Okay, I think we're at the crossroad connectors. That line right there, that is maybe the road to Arch Crest. Lost Road, yeah. That one kind of mirrors Arch Crest. We just came up over there. That's what we're looking for. We're going to go up this way. Editing should be easy hard. It's in a lot of sections instead of 20-minute sections. It's hard because it's so many sections. It's easy because it's so many sections. It's hard because you got to connect them all. It's easy because you can navigate where you want to go with them. Gives you an idea where you insert a picture between the two. Okay. We can go that way, down ore mine, back to the jumper that comes in the north end of Spoon Recreation Area. Or we can go the high route. We're looking to go the high route. Now, in conditions like this, I'm going to say this so you're aware of it. You need to watch where you're walking because your shoes are wet. They may have some dirt on them, you step on these rocks, that can be slick like ice. That's stuff to be concerned about. Birds sure are singing a lot. Here you go. This is a big, big rock. Root system. It's growing on top of a rock. Some of the root system comes down to where this tree is growing. Looks like part of that root system is dying. Clear down to here. And you don't have to be on the 7 sinkhole trail to see a sinkhole. I'm originally from East Central Illinois, Urbana-Champaign, home of the Fighting Illini. Moved to Florida, lived in Florida for 35 years. I know what a sinkhole is in Florida. Whenever I seen there was a sinkhole trail here, I had to go see sinkholes. In Tennessee, completely different. Florida, it's sand. Bottom falls out. There you go, look at this. Let me pop it into Zoom-a-Doom. Cactus on top of the rock. Awesome. There's a wonderful lady on YouTube. She's out of Canada, Zdenka. I hope I enunciated her name right. Very good photographer. Very good at giving you instructions and stuff. 99.99% of it means nothing here. So why do I think she's great? There's a level of encouragement that she provides. I grew up with an old Brownie style camera. I progressed to a Canon AE1 program, which is a 35mm. And I cut my teeth on photography. Still photography with a 35mm. And you didn't take off 600 pictures because you had a 24 frame roll. You had to choose wisely. And she encourages choosing wisely. There's a manway right here going up. That's not the trail. The trail is over here. Now I got off the trail a little bit because cactus. So I went up on that big rock. Well, that got me off trail, not that far. Nothing to cause erosion damage future wise. But if I didn't slow down and look around and see where the blazes are, I could easily got myself lost. Here you go. Deer track. many trails, if not all, out in the woods are from animals that have found a way to get from point A to point B without getting caught in a bog, anything like that. Buffalo, the wilderness road that Daniel Boone widened was basically a buffalo trail. Buffalo learned over the years that you don't go here and you don't go there. Because they're a 2,000-pound animal. They can't walk across peat bogs and stuff. We're going way over there. We're going to end up way up there. Let's have a look at this area. It's like this is in part of the Appalachians, the outer reaches. Deer right there. How y'all doing? 3 of you? 3 of them. You have a good day. See you later. This is in the Appalachians. So you got kind of carefully. I went the wrong way, folks. You're kind of in a mini Smokies. Let's do a zoom-a-doom. Right there. They're still eyeballing me. Trying to make sure they know that they're safe. I'm not out to get them in any way. Yep. I may be able to get down in here. Oh, yeah. There's a fawn with them. Okay. That's how come there's a tiny footprints in here. Little fawn. So, that makes 5 today. Having a good day. Told you it'd be a good day. We're going to go up those step areas. We're going to get way up there. It's like 300 feet. We're going up 300 feet, 340 feet on the ends. The distance of the length of the trail versus elevation, it's in the 30 feet distance to 1 foot rise here, except on the ends. If I remember right, my calculations, the ends are like 6. For every 6 foot you walk, you go up a foot. That's how come I take the steps when I can. I'm using the steps as a controlled ascent. And they're relatively flat. You can stop, take a break, get a big suck of air. There you go. There's another tree. This place is replete with trees growing out of rocks. White blaze, black arrow, white blaze. Yeah, see? We came up quite a bit. That's probably, we're still going up, 50, 60 foot. And give you an idea, if you didn't know, those of you that know this, just settle back, relax, continue with your cup of coffee or tea or whatever, is the average height of a story in a skyscraper is 10 feet. So we basically came up 5 or 6 floors. Every floor is 10 feet. You may not think it's 10 feet, but by the time they get the drop ceiling in so they can get all the space for wiring and heat, cooling, ducting, 10 feet. So go to your neighborhood skyscraper of some sort. Find one that's 10 feet tall. Take the elevators to the top. And take the fire stairwell to the ground, 10 stories. Turn around, go back up. And then take the elevator back down. Okay. We're going to go off trail here just a little bit. So that's something to think about whenever you're looking at going for a hike. Let's say you're going to go hike to Alum Cave. That's a good example. Thank you, Terrence. You get a good example. If you go on all trails, look for Alum Cave. Somebody's done it. Do a elevation, follow the path elevation wise. Write it down at the ground, up to the cave, write it down, subtract it, divide it by 10. That tells you how many floors of a skyscraper you're going to climb. Then take, if you want to, take the footage. I'm stepping over, it's muddy. Take the elevation total there between the two. Divide that into the distance. It's 2.2 miles. There's a footage for that. You can Google it if you want. It's easy for me to just Google 2.2 miles to feet. And then divide the feet by the elevation. And it tells you how many feet per foot you have to walk to get there. I'm not to the top of this yet. These are little off manways on this trail. You get some nice views. During the winter, when the leaves have all changed color and come to rest on the ground, you can just barely see it. You can see Lake Cherokee out there. It's beautiful. Part of the reason why it's deceiving here is you only have this on the ends of ore mine. In between, it's like flat ground. You're going across the ridge line and you just go like 3/4 of a mile straight across. Half to 3/4 mile just straight across. Now, Got all those facts and figures. Why did you give us all that info? It's like just a bunch of info. Useless info. I do all that to figure out if I can hike the trail. Remember, I'm 71, I got high blood pressure. I take medication that will cause me to be lightheaded, dizzy. I could pass out. Okay? I don't have vertigo, I just have a dizzy lightheadedness. And I have found that if it's below 7, stay off. And this trail is in the 6 on the ends. That's how come Mount LeConte is out of my range, because Mount LeConte's like 3. Every 3 foot you travel forward, you go up a foot. So you're constantly climbing. It's more so once you get above Alum Cave. That's how come you hear me breathing so hard. Because I'm straining myself right now. There's that beautiful tree. Indians didn't do that. At some time in its life, a tree fell against it. And then it grew around it, and that tree deteriorated and is gone now. Now, there are places where the Indians did that. There are places that claim Sasquatch did that. If you don't see more of those along a trail, that was nature. It's the only one on this trail. There's one on the disc golf course. On the second set of holes, I think we're like 13 or 14. It's fairly clear out here. During the winter, you can get a good view of Lake Cherokee here. Absolutely beautiful. Part of the reason why I like doing this trail. And yes, these are Jack in the Pulpit. Well, I seen my goofy phone. It had given me a notice on the screen that I needed to make an adjustment to my attentive screen because it's been on so long. Well, in the process of giving me that notice, it shut the camera off. So right now I don't know what I got. from here. Anyway, we came up from there, up through here. This is a new fall in the last week. You would think all that nice leafage and stuff should be healthy. Nope. There's a lot of leafage, and the leafage creates a lot of weight in the rain. Okay, if you look through the kiosk, there's a little white blaze with the black arrow hiking, which is the ore mine, which we just came up. We're not going that way. We're going to go this way. And what is this way? That's the Lost Road Trail. See the red sign? This is a mountain bike trail. Oh yeah, I went down it 3 years ago. No, not me. I may go down this winter. Little rest kiosk between the two trails. I tried to come up this trail back in the spring, and I had some episodes, that's what I call them, where I blacked out 3 times. The elevation per foot distance traveled per elevation is like 1 to 1, and it's more than my body could handle. So this way, see, I'm on top of the ridge, so I'm going to go around and down. And I decided what I want to do. This will come to a connector that you can go left and continue down Lost Road, or turn right and take the connector down to ore mine. I think we'll probably take the left. I've never been in the military, but it's your left, your left, your left, your left. Is that right, guys? If I'm wrong, let me know. See the slope? That's almost a 45. That's probably about a 40 degree. No, 35. It's about a 35 degree. It's almost like you have to go 14 inches to get a foot up. Yeah, you'll wear yourself out. And this trail goes out to almost the outer property line of the park. Because of the tree canopy, there's not much light get down into here. Not much grows. That's my tripod rattling in my fingers. I'm trying to get it. It's pinching me. There you go. Broke off. Fell. All the way to there. And we came from up in there someplace. I'm going to tell you, I'll be bluntly honest. If you look around, you can tell a map won't do you a bit of good out here if you don't stay on the trail. Look at how beautiful things are. Keep an eye out where the trail is. If you step off to take a picture, do a 360 and go back the way you came. See? That's the ore mine connector. And tell you the truth, that's new to me. To see that, I don't remember ever seeing that before. So you see, there's always something new. It doesn't matter how many times you hike a trail, you can hike it every day for a year and you see something new every day. Yep. That's the trail down in there. That's ore mine. Trying to get there can be hazardous to your health. You never know what kind of snakes are out there. Oh, look at that. 2 more deer. I kind of shook them up and I kicked that limb. How you doing? It's up there. Over there. How you doing? You sure are looking good today. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to disturb you. Please forgive me. You're so beautiful and so handsome. I'm going to go down the trail, okay? Yeah. Wave hi. Make sure they know that I see them and I'm not a problem. Just I kicked that limb and it was not a comfortable noise. Caused them concern. Let's turn around. They're both right up there. What's that, 7 today? Oh yeah. Birds are singing. Came down through there. Up on the hilltop. 7 deer today. Very nice. The only thing that could possibly ruin this day is a pack of coyotes or me slipping and falling down the hillside. Rattlesnake, copperhead biting me. I got myself into a spider web. That drove me crazy. I thought something was getting me big time. Yeah. I'm thinking let's stop and look a little bit. I'm thinking that's part of the trail right down there. Or mine. Quite beautiful out here today. 6 deer in the park, 1 deer out of the park. 5 deer back into the timber. And this may be a property marker. Let's go have a look, see what it is. Yep. Tennessee Valley. They own most of the property along the lake, so it wasn't that hard, I guess, to make this into a park. Look at the slope that has. Whew. Could you imagine what that would be like with snow on the ground in a sled? Woohoo! Sound like fun times. But that's one of those Newtons. For every action, there's an opposite and equal reaction. Is once you slide down there, you have to climb back up. The reaction was going down, and the reaction of coming back up. Who would have thunk that I'd been able to use that, and I learned that in grade school. Here I am, 71, out in the woods, and I can apply that to hiking on a trail. And I seen a goofy post, honest, goofy thing, a meme stating that, and until, was it Isaac Newton? Hey, look at this. Look at what we got up there. Number 8. Number 8. Quite beautiful. Was it? Again, was that Isaac Newton again? That discovered gravity. Until then, things fell off the earth. There you go. Don't know which one that is, but it's nice. I see our deer has wandered off. Wandered on. He hasn't wandered off, he's wandered on. Well, that's 8 deer today. Quite nice. 7 in the park, 1 outside the park. Quite nice. Someplace up in here, well, maybe the trees are covering it now. You can see the house on the edge, towards the edge of the park property. Nice house. Okay, let's slow down for a little bit. We got this big downhill section. If I'm remembering right, that rock right there, I sat down on that rock or that tree on the ground, tried to recover from an episode. I'd almost made it to the top. Isn't that something? That's always my, not a fear, it's a concern. I've done that before. My first visit to Alum Cave didn't happen. I started out with a 3/4 of a water bottle. Stupid me. 2 water bottles. Yeah, I've been here. There's a house up in here someplace. You can see it. I think I was up here in February. January, February. And one of the things that can cause dizziness, in my case, your case too, is hydration. Lack of water causes dizziness. I've had dizziness since I had mono in the summer of 1969. So it's in a long-term effect. If I get sick, like your fall colds, winter colds, and they test me for mono, I have a mono flare-up. You have it forever once you get it. And welcome to life. But it's just part of my life. And see, we're coming down to the connector. We're at the connector to ore mine. Beautiful. Ore mine, that way. We just came down that way. We're following the red, remember? That way. Left, your left, right, left, your left, your left, your right, left, your left, right, left. I messed that up, didn't I? Well, I wouldn't be much of a drill sergeant. I don't know if it'd be much of a private. I don't know if I'd ever make first class. Go through gas training, eating bugs, and whatever else. You got to go through, learn to survive. Now, this is where I normally see deer. And you see the little ears up. But I don't see any today. Maybe because they're all over the other part of the trail. I don't know. And yes, Kathy, you'll be on this trail when you can get here. You watch all the, that bird singing reminded me, you watch all those Tarzan movies and you get that bird goes off in the distance. I'm not doing a very good representation of it. I had the opportunity, I was at on a trail in Pinellas County in Florida. I heard that bird singing. I wonder what that bird looked like. It's a little black bird with a red top above its eyes, kind of down its nose. So I got to see the Tarzan bird. Lack of a more proper name for it. Yes, I hiked every trail in Manatee County, some in Sarasota County, some in Hillsborough County, some in Pinellas County. Virginia, Kentucky, of course, East Tennessee, West Tennessee, North Carolina, Illinois. Just so you know, not all that wander are lost. I'm most found out here. Best thing that ever happened to me. I'll tell you the best thing that ever happened to me. I met Gina Joe. Second best thing happened to me. I put a ring on her finger. 33 years ago, last June 4th. I met her May 4th, put a ring on it June 4th. Yep, 31 days later I ringed it. Been 33 years. I've gotten grandkids, great-grandkids. I wonder how long it's going to be before I have great-great-grandkids. Kids, grandkids, great. I got great-grandkids. Looking for great-great before I pass on. Not in a big hurry, kids. All that. Greatest things happened to me. One of the last greatest things that happened to me is when I turned 65. 90 days before you turn 65, you have to contact Social Security, inform them that you're turning 65, because they don't know. And in the process of talking to the lady about it, she said, "Are you thinking about retiring?" I said, "Yeah." "When?" "I'm thinking about retiring in October." "Okay, you're retired." I meant the end of October, not the 1st of October. One of the best things that ever happened to me is I retired. I became the man. And I get to wander around like this and film. And you all get to come along. Ain't that nice? My job for years is I worked by myself. Sign service, worked by myself. So being out here by myself is not that big of a deal. But whenever I get an opportunity to hike with another person or persons, oh yeah. One of the biggest problems with hiking with people, I'm going to let you know, you don't see the deer. There's too much gabbing, which alert the deer and they run away. Dogs, that's how come you have the parks, city, state, national parks, county parks. Dogs have to be on a leash. They don't want your dogs chasing the deer, the wild boar, the possums, the skunks, the coyotes. Stuff like that have a tendency to eat dogs. And then which leads you into getting off trail, and then they got to come get you. A lot of interesting tidbits today. Yeah, it's starting to get warm. The clouds are dissipating. The sun's coming out more, so the air is heating up. It won't be long before all this ground will be pretty much dried out again. Because right here it's pretty dry because it's downhill. Water runs off. Water don't last long on a hillside and anywhere. Yeah, I had to make up a hike today. That's part of where you get where you know a place well enough. You take a trail and make a connector, and you finagle your way around to have a different hike. Instead of taking the off-road or the ore mine, we Took the off-road, combined it with the ore mine in places. Like I tried to do on the last video, combined the old road, lost road, with 7 sinkholes, and you've seen how that happened. Okay, I see what it is. The end of this was there. That's recent. Now, this end of the Lost Road Trail isn't you get a lot of elevation, but it takes a lot of distance to get it because it's switchback to climb the hill. The opportunity on the west end of ore mine isn't there. We're just above the campground, RV campground. They have spots where you can throw a tent down if you want. But I'm real big on bugs. I don't like bugs. Don't like snakes. About like 6 more switchbacks before we get down to the bottom level. Okay. Either the bike club's been in here doing it or the rangers have been doing it, but they've been throwing limbs across the places where people have been taking the shortcuts. Shortcut there, put a limb. The bottom of the shortcut, a limb. Limbs. Slow you down. These are bikers not following the trail. And I can understand. This is more to climb up the hill than it is to go down the hill. But you're supposed to be on the trail even if you're on a bike. Oh yeah. See that one? Here we go, that one. Died, fell, broke a limb on this tree. And that one fell into that tree. And at some time, these pieces are going to come apart and fall. My plan is to be gone from the area whenever it happens. I think we got one more, and then we get on the main trail. A lot of hickory nuts that aren't mature yet. There's a couple of those rains, we had a pretty good stiff wind come through. And I've said it before, never take a shortcut. unless it's necessary. You might miss something, like this here. This is kind of a nice view right here. You get to see up that water runoff ravine. That's not a valley, it's just a ravine. Yeah, that's the main trail right there. I could take the shortcut, but sometimes the shortcut, for example, is where the 71-year-old guy slips and falls, breaks a hip. We're directly above the campground. There's a pad for, you can throw a tent down, All the places have grills. Approved park grills for you to use. Just bring your charcoal and have at it. Okay, we're on the bottom of the switchbacks. That's beautiful. Right there, that's beautiful. I didn't see any blazes missing or on the ground or twisted wrong. Didn't see any limbs to be nipped down. It's all good. There was some I could have, but the leaves are all wet. So they're bent over from the weight of the water on them. So they may not be in the way by the end of the day. They dry out, so. Looks like there's another trail down there. It may be, I don't know. Yep, we're not all the way down yet. I thought we pretty much was, but we're not. A lot of rocks. This park has got areas where it's all rocky like this, and other places where it's all trees in the middle and meadows. Quite nice. There's a large variety here. Much like the Smokies. This is like a small Smokies. If you want to get in shape to hike the Smokies, come hike here. It's kind of hard, yes, I know, if you're on vacation to come hike here whenever you want to hike the Smokies. But it's not crowded here. And I see deer like 2 out of 3 times I'm here, and I see deer once a year in the Smokies, so there you go. Been coming to the Smokies, what, been up here 4 years. And 4 years. And I came up here for 4 years, 8 years. I've only seen deer twice, maybe 3 times. There you go. Yeah, we're just about down to the parking lot. See, this is the dangerous part. I can see the parking lot, so I'm going to be kind of, boy, I don't have that far to go anymore. And this is whenever I make the slip and fall and break a hip. No matter how close you are to your car, you watch every step. Never take it for granted. Watch every step. And then my shoes are wet. And I'm going to step on the blacktop. Could get slick. And here we are.